I guess it's going to be part two because I had the camera paused and Haven woke up and then my video just shut off. I was talking about the medication I had me take to dilate me to get ready for the D&C procedure the next morning. The D&C was scheduled for, 7:30, so we had to be there at 6:30. So this medicine basically was supposed to give me contractions and put me into labor, which was terrifying for me because I had been through labor before in a hospital, but I got a baby out of it. And so that was to me like, I can do this. And I know that I was capable of this too, but it was going to be a lot more difficult to get through. So I took the pills and sat there for a minute and just was like, I just gotta breathe and trust that everything's gonna be okay. So I just remember going to bed that night thinking, okay, there's gonna be a lot of crap tonight. I expected to be having like contractions like I did with Haven, bleeding a lot, which I did bleed, but not like a crazy amount. But like before going to bed, I was like praying to God. I was like, I don't want to do this at home. I don't want to feel these contractions and all this pain when I'm feeling a different kind of pain. I was terrified. I was sobbing in bed before falling asleep. I was just like, please give me some sort of at least physical peace right now to relax and deal with my other pain that I'm having. And so I said that prayer and prayed for my procedure. And that's when I put on Facebook because it was just like, it hit me that there's women out there going through this who do feel like they're alone. And that like broke my heart because I had a lot of love and support during this. And so for that, I was super grateful. I had a lot of outpouring love and support for this situation that some people don't get. And like I said, there's people out there who don't have faith to, and I'm not saying to turn to like it's a crutch. I'm saying to like let yourself be held, because that's what you need to do in these kind of situations. You just need to be held by God. And that is no way, shape, or form is a crutch. It's just soaking in that love and that peace from Him and allowing it into your heart, even when it's hard to feel all that. And so I just remembered everything that I have in my life too. And it's sometimes hard to look at the bright side, but I knew that I was going to get through it. I'm still getting through it. I'll never forget about my baby or how much joy I felt when I found out that I was pregnant with Riley. Haven's a big sister still. I still have her big sister shirts. I don't want to throw anything away. Doug and I are still parents of two. One just lives in heaven. One lives with us. Right? I had my D&C procedure before going into the operation room. My doctor, again, sat down and just kind of talked to me to see how I was doing. She let me cry. She let me tell her my concerns, my feelings. She listened to me, which is awesome. You need to that is amazing that she was able to be there for me, not just as a doctor, but as a mom, because she's a mom too. And she just made me feel better. The operation was fast. My recovery was pretty smooth. I had a follow-up appointment yesterday. Everything looks okay. There's nothing in my body that she's concerned about. She kept reassuring me that there was nothing I could have done. Like I said, I still have my days. I think part of it last week was rough because it was just like, okay, I'm recovering. I'm not pregnant, which first it's like hard to get used to being pregnant again and then not being pregnant. But moving forward is terrifying for me because, and I'm so happy for women out there who have healthy growing babies in their wombs right now. I'm so happy for you. That makes me happy. I would never wish this upon anybody. But I would be lying if I said it wasn't hard to see. I'm happy for them, and I want their babies to grow and for them to be able to experience all that joy. But it's hard to see women who, especially around my due date, are announcing their pregnancies, and you just have those what if moments. But I'm okay. And I know that the day will come when I'm reunited with Riley, and that baby never felt any pain or fear, and so that brings me peace too. Everybody knows that I would, as hard as sometimes it is to say because you love so many things here on earth, like this one right here, I would have done anything for Riley to still be in my belly, alive and well, even if it meant that it wasn't safe for me, because that's what a mother's love is all about. I'm sure when the time is right, she's in her jammies still. When the time is right, we'll be blessed with a rainbow baby that will not replace what we lost, but just join in on the love that we have to give to our children. Never be afraid to talk about your loss. A loss is a loss, no matter how early. I don't care if it's like a chemical or anything like that. Women are just, you should be able to talk about it. My grandmother on my dad's side had 3 miscarriages, and one was pretty far along. And I just remember her telling me, like, her doctor was like, don't cry about it. Like, there's no point in crying. That doesn't help a situation. And that I feel like that generation, that's how they were, like, kind of supposed to feel, like, this happened. And I felt like back then it was like the doctors thought it was the woman's fault. And that just infuriates me. And my grandma is in a dementia ward right now. She remembers things, though, and I just went to go see her this weekend, and she said that she was so sorry. She asked how it was feeling, and she started talking about hers, and you can just see her remembering it. And she's in her 80s, so it's just like, it'll be with you forever. And I just feel like as women, we need to be there for each other. That's like a real sister, and I've had so many women reach out to me that have had the same experiences as me, and that's awesome. Our babies were wanted, they were loved, and that's like one of the things that we need to remember, and that everybody needs to remember too. When you're talking to somebody who has suffered a loss, please don't say, well, at least you can try again, or you got this baby, or you can do this, or at least it wasn't that far along. A baby is a baby. When you get that positive pregnancy test, you're a mom. Mom mode starts. Happiness, planning, pure bliss. So just always remember that. And if anybody on this page ever anywhere suffers that and is alone, feels alone, God has it all in his hands. I promise you. You're gonna get through it, and you can message me. 1 in 4 women suffer from this. You are not alone, and it is never your fault. I hope I did okay on this because I try not to cry a lot. Thank you for listening, and once again, if it makes you uncomfortable,